You're watching E&G Spanish. Hey everyone, it's E from E&G Spanish, here to talk to you guys about the second part of informal commands. If you haven't seen the first video, go watch it. And if you haven't seen the first video, I suggest you just skip a step and go ahead and look at the usted commands video. Because we moved very quickly in the first video, as those of you might remember who watched the first video. This one's a little bit more easy because we got the hard stuff out of the way. So let's talk about the irregular do commands in the affirmative. We're going to start with an easy way to remember this. One of the tutors that I work with at the Learning Lab actually got this from a student, and I really liked it a lot. And a lot of the students that I work with seem to like it also. The phrase is, ignore the spelling for a while. And you can write this whatever way you want to. I'm just writing it for space this way. Princess Di has 17 ponies in the salon. Princess Di has 17 ponies in the salon. I realize things are misspelled, but there's a reason for that. Princess Di has 17 ponies in the salon. If you can repeat this to yourself over and over and over again, this will help you tremendously come test time. This is a way to remember the 8 irregular do commands that only occur in the affirmative. The irregularity only occurs in the affirmative, not also in the negative. So let's clarify that right now. Princess Di, I'll explain this in a little bit. Underline with me if you have this written down. Underline Di, underline has, underline the VE in 17, and then box, VEN, the whole thing. So you should have an underlined ve, and you should have a boxed ven. Underline ten, underline pon and ponies, and underline finally sal in salon. Oh, and sorry, one more. Underline the first se in 17. And add an accent on top of that. I know I forgot to put that earlier, but just add an accent there. Your whole phrase should look exactly like this. Princess Di has 17 ponies in the salon. Now, in case you haven't noticed, there are 8 things that we've underlined in box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are your 8 irregular do commands. Be, as, remember the H is silent, se, ve, then, pon, sal. Di, as, se, ve, ven, pon, sal. Those are your 8 irregular do commands in the affirmative. So let's write this all out. We're going to start with these 5. We have the command di. This comes from the verb decir, to tell or to say, decir. Your affirmative, obviously, is di. Now your negative is going back to the first video you watched. We put our no plus our usted command followed by s. What's the usted command of decir? Put it in the yo form, drop the o, do all that business. You should get diga. That's what we put here. No digas. The reason I'm showing you both is for you to realize that only the affirmative have this informal thing going on. Or only the informal have this irregular thing going on. When it goes to negative, it goes back to just like everything else you've done with do commands so far. As comes from the verb, I'm sure you can guess it, hacer. So our affirmative, as. You're talking to your friend, you're saying, do something. Haz algo. Haz. Now let's go back to our old rules. No. What's our usted command for hacer? No hagas. No hagas. There's your negative command. Se, with an accent. This accent is very important. Se comes from the verb ser, to be. Our affirmative is se. Your negative do command is no plus your usted command with an S attached to it. No. Ser is one of your 5 irregular usted commands that you learned in Spanish 1 probably. So ser, think about it. Your usted command is going to be sea. And we attach an S. No seas. Don't be. Se, no seas. Haz, no hagas. Di, no digas. Easy enough so far? Ve comes from the verb ir. And to be honest, a lot of times you will hear vete. I know I used to hear it in Texas. I mean, I'm sure, I don't know if it's a regional thing, but I used to hear this all the time. Vete, vete. I never heard ve. It just seems a little short to me, but both of these are correct. The only difference is with vete, they're not using the verb ir, they're using the verb irse. And we're not going to get into that too much, but let's just focus on ve, because that's the one that's in Princess Di. Okay, so ve, your affirmative for ir is ve. Ve a la tienda y tráeme un vaso de agua or something. I don't know. Let's make it negative. No plus your usted command followed by an S. This is also one of your 5 irregulars from, if you remember, this is the 5 irregular usted commands. No vayas. Don't go. Then looks very similar to ve. This is from the verb venir. So our affirmative is ven. Your negative is no usted command followed by an S. Your usted command is going to be no vengas. And as you see, all the underlined parts, that's just your usted command. The S is what's attached to it for negative. Okay, so we just ended off with ven from the word 17. What follows next? Tener. So your affirmative, ten. Your negative, no usted command followed by your S. What's your usted command for tener? Tenga. So your negative tu command will be no tengas. We have ten and then no tengas. So where were we? Princess Di has 17 ponies. Poner. That little expression comes in handy a lot, even for me. Poner. The pon in ponies, that's your affirmative. Let's make it negative. No usted command with an S. What's the usted command of poner? Ponga. No. No pongas. No pongas la mesa. Your mom's saying, don't set the table just yet. The food's not even close to being done. No pongas la mesa. Tener, poner. Princess Di has 17 ponies in the salon. Salir. In our little expression, we underlined sal. There's your usted command. Sal. No. For your negative, usted command attached with an S at the end. No salgas. No salgas. Don't leave just yet. That's it for your through commands, at this point you should know how to do them pretty much all. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to keep on repeating that expression to yourself over and over and over again. Princess Di has 17 ponies in the salon. Princess Di has 17 ponies in the salon. Say it with me. Princess Di has 17 ponies in the salon. And underline all 8 of your irregular through commands. Thanks for watching. Bye.